Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone is well. My name is Therese, the host of Stoppage Time Penalty Show. And please like and subscribe and share. Do all of the great things to, of course, make the show great. So before we kind of get to the main event, I've got my guest Paul Barrett coming on later on. And again, we'll be kind of really probably going deep, probably certain things, certain kind of questions that I want to ask Paul, and probably certain answers that no one has really kind of heard from Paul. Yeah, I'm really kind of looking forward to this, to this conversation. But before that, we are going to quickly run through the results from the games yesterday, the Masters fixtures, the Southern Vets Football League, and what this is going to consist of. I'm literally just going to run through the results. Just to let people know, tomorrow, Shugsy and I will literally probably go through the games that we probably know a little bit more about in a little bit more depth. And this conversation is going to happen on Instagram. This isn't going to happen on Shugsy's Instagram. But again, I will literally put out a story either later on tonight or first thing tomorrow. It's probably going to be around 9 o'clock or so, but I will let everyone know. But again, thank you everyone for tuning in. So let's kind of go through the results. So let's start in Division 1. Division 1, Independent 1, Leone Stars 4, LSU Masters 6, Metro Gas 1, Long Lane Vets 4, Sporting Santos 0, and Charcoal 5, New Park 1. And this is how the table looks. Oh, no, that's the wrong table. So this is how the table looks right now. It's in one game, of course. Glebe and Johnson and Phillips haven't played, but this is how the table looks. LSU Masters first, Charcoal second, Long Lane third, Leone Stars fourth, Glebe and Johnson and Phillips yet to play, Independent seventh, New Park eighth, Sporting ninth, and Metro Gas 10th. Going to Division 2, there was only one game played in Division 2. That was Bow Street Runners 3, Parkwood Rangers Vets 4, and lo and behold, Parkwood Vet Rangers are top, and Bow Street Runners are last. No point even going through the table because everything is just in alphabetical order. Apart from that, but yeah, just to let you guys know, tomorrow, Monday evening, probably going to be around 9:30. Watch out for the stories on the Amateur Football Channel. We will be going through each and every result with a little bit more detail. So, as I kind of said before, thank you to everyone that's tuning in. And again, I've been really looking forward to this conversation. And yeah, hopefully you guys will know a little bit more about Paul. And yeah, okay. Well, let's go. Let's kind of get right out. Paul, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Hello, how are you?
Good evening. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
And yeah, I just want to thank you for kind of coming on. I know that you're a very, very busy man, so thank you for spending these few minutes on the platform.
No, it's my pleasure. Not busy as everybody else, but no, my pleasure, Bruce. Your platform is an amazing thing, and you're proud of it. I'm sure you're proud of it, but I'm proud of you for doing it, mate.
Thank you very much. And yeah, the title of the show, or should I say the thumbnail, was is this the most polarizing man in Masters football? And I'll literally just want to back the question to you. Do you think you're polarizing, within Masters football?
Well, Tabrice, come on, you're on your own platform, so you've got to put a thumbnail that gets the juices flowing. Polarizing, I think that's a bit strong, as we said when we spoke, when you said you was doing the show. I'm a guy that speaks my truth, and some people don't like to hear the truth. That's just how life is. But that's my truth. Nothing that I've ever said has been lie. It's just been my truth. So I don't think I'm polarizing at all. It's just a character, Tabrice. You know that. Some people may not. Some people may think that Black Klopp is an actual person. I can show you my passport. My name isn't Black Klopp, but let them carry on with that. Just me, mate. Just how I am. You've been a player under me and Ray. Well, I'll put Ray's name first. Under Ray and me, you know how I am. I speak and sometimes it riles you up on a Saturday, but on a Sunday when we speak again, you see it. I'm only doing it to get the best out of people. That's just it.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a very strong mind in terms of how you want players to play, and again, let's be transparent here. Of course, you've had a go at me at halftime, and I've answered back, and I've had a go at you. We've had spats,
of course.
Literally, let's be absolutely real here.
Of course.
And literally, I'd say the majority of the time, I'm like, yeah, okay, you know what? I can see where you're coming from, and again, I think it's about getting the best out of the players, and kind of doing it in a way where you think is best for that particular player.
It's just a reaction, isn't it, Tabrice? That's what you're looking for. You're just looking for a reaction. And our team, independent, but when you was with us, our team, there's 17 winners. I'm not talking about any other team. I'm talking about us at the moment. There's 17 winners who, are very good players, but every Saturday they give up their time and listen to Ray and me. And as I said at the end of the last season, that is the utmost respect, I believe, because a lot of them are far, 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 far better players than I ever could dream of being. But they listen. They might think it's wrong, but they listen, because what we see on the pitch, on the sidelines, is what sometimes completely different than what you guys see when you're in the heat of battle. So I tip my hat off to the guys that we have now that believe in the process and to some part follow the instructions.
So where did you grow up, and what was your first ever memory of your childhood?
Well, that's quite a broad question. First memory of my childhood. You've got to break it down a little bit. What age?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, where did you grow up?
Liverpool. I was born in Liverpool. So Baz, I know you're watching, because I know you want to be me. I was born in Liverpool. So a true Liverpool fan.
Okay, yeah. So, what was your first ever recollection of being a child?
My first memory is of my parents working very, very hard, both of them, to provide for us. Not everything we wanted, because kids, they want everything, but to provide for us. Never went to bed hungry, never went to school in dirty clothes. So that's sort of my thing. I remember my parents working really hard, and I brought that with me into my working life as well. Yeah, that's my first memory. When I can, yeah.
Okay, so growing up in that type of household, and you've kind of alluded to it anyway, but I mean, and actually, Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah. I'm the youngest. Yeah.
Okay. So can literally being in that household where, literally you're like seeing everyone working, providing for each other, like what did that, I'd say, phase of life teach you now as a family man, as a football coach, as a human being?
As a family man, as a father, to try to instill into my kids is work hard, and feel proud when you do that and you can buy what you wanted to buy. Feel proud that, you know what, I've worked hard, because there are other avenues out there for our kids and young men and women. So, and some of them go down that route for whatever reasons. But yeah, I would say feel proud. I feel proud that, you want to buy something, you can work hard and achieve that. So yeah, that's my sort of, at this age, that's my sort of biggest thing I try and instill.
And can you remember the first thing that you bought with your own money that literally made you have that feeling of achievement?
Yeah, I was on YTS. I was working in Freeman's in Clapham, and £25 a week, and I bought an Adidas. One back in the day, you're too young to remember probably. Back in the day, they had these Adidas jackets that were really light, a little bit padded, but light, and I bought that for 25 quid. So I spent my whole, wages on that. Bought it home, and my mum and dad looked at me and said, "Yeah, well, this is going to be a lesson to you. How are you going to get to work for the following week?" And I had to walk. I had to walk to work. Dad wouldn't give me the money. Mum wouldn't give me the money. It was a lesson. It was a lesson, thinking I was a big man spending 25 quid and not thinking about the next week. How are you going to get to work? I mean, so yeah,
Okay.
that was a harsh lesson back in the day for me. So that was my first thing.
Okay, so by you saying that, well, I'm not going to call it a failure, because of course you literally achieved something actually buying your jacket. But what was your first feeling of failure, and how did you react to it? How did the people around you reacted to whatever you so-called failed at?
First feeling of failure. I don't know what that was. First one, to be honest. Such a long time ago, Tabrice. I probably would have been a little bit upset, but probably knowing my DNA, probably would have dusted myself down and said, you know what, I'm going to do better. Where did I go wrong? And fix that and do better. My brothers and my sisters, we're all sort of the same. So yeah, that's probably what I would have done back in the day, because that's what I do now. So that's probably what I would have done back in the day.
And like being at the youngest, were your parents a little bit more lenient towards you, or literally how was the family dynamic?
No, weren't lenient. Weren't lenient, which is what I love about being a person of color, because in my circles, and at sometimes talking with the guys in the group, because most of them are younger, but talking to the guys in the group, in the football group, our stories are all the same. Our stories are the same. You know what I mean? Our parents instilled in majority of us exactly the same thing. Like, I can talk to Ray about things that his father and his mother did, and it would be exactly the same as what my parents did. So no, they were hard with me. Taught me that, being a person of color, you've got to work 110% more than the other people. Didn't understand that, but I do understand it now. And that story is told throughout the majority of Black households. It's just the way it is.
Okay. And regarding you getting into football,
Yes.
I mean, how did that happen?
Just playing football out on the road, as people do. Getting into a Sunday team, playing on Clapham Common. Progressing, playing for pub sides. Liking the banter and the exercise. Playing for school. Just the normal journey as most people. Obviously not reaching the heights of some of the guys in our team, but still enjoying football. You know what I mean? Enjoying going out and trying to compete, win, lose, draw. You had a good time, buying your boots, a bit of banter about that. You would know about that. And stuff like that. Yeah, just the normal journey as most people,
And what was your first Sunday league club, and what position did you play?
First Sunday league club. I believe it was a pub side. I can't remember what it was named, but I believe I had a few friends that played for it. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, that was probably my first every Sunday kit and everything. It was probably it was a pub side. Yeah, can't remember its name though. Sorry.
And was it a situation where, I don't know if if your parents went to church, but going to church on a Sunday and then playing football was, as well on a Sunday? Like, how did that kind of happen? Because
no, I went to Sunday school. So my Sunday school was at 3:30. So
okay,
I could play football in the morning, but you had to be home, obviously, wash and shower and dressed for the van to pick you up to go Sunday school. So that was me. Yeah, I mean, if you skip Sunday school, you damn well know that you wouldn't be going football the next weekend. So
I was exactly the same. Like,
exactly.
Sunday was for church, and it was just that kind of balance of saying, I want to play, but the church thing was a kind of very, very.
Our stories are intertwined. Just a few different things, but our stories are intertwined.
So what would your teammates say was your strongest point and your weakest point?
Strongest point, back in the day, I was very fast, so that was my strongest point. Weakest point was hot-headed. Yeah, hot-headed. Back in the day, yeah. So that was that what I would say.
So you wouldn't say that you're hot-headed now?
No, not hot-headed. Hot-headed. You're going back to this polarizing person, Tabrice. Please.
No, well, I mean, like, the kind of hot-headedness can now evolve into being very straight talking and opinionated, and kind of still doing it in a kind of manner there where, like, people may see it as being hot-headed.
Well, it's not hot-headed. Just because someone sees it as that doesn't mean it is that. You know what I mean? Just because someone sees you on the line, they've tried to give you banter, you've given them banter back, and then they go off and say, oh, they've got a problem. Oh, he's got a, you know what I mean? They don't tell the whole, remember this, Fabrice, half a story can't be the truth. You can, the whole story is the truth. You can't tell half a story. What last season has taught me, and you never stop learning. What last season has taught me about human nature is, yeah, let's leave it as that. Yeah, last season taught me a lot. Last season, it opened my eyes. It really did open my eyes.
And actually, what did it open your eyes to?
Open to my eyes to people's human behavior. Human behavior. Yeah. Yeah. In grassroots football, human behavior, because that's what I'm basing it on a Saturday. And my work life is completely different. I've been, you know what I mean? But human behavior in grassroots football, it opened my eyes. You know what I mean? But it was cool. It's cool.
Okay. So I know that we're talking about football, but literally, I want to kind of touch upon something else.
Yeah.
And then again, it's a kind of open question. I mean, when was the last time that you felt upset and and the last time that you cried?
The anniversary of my father's death and mother's death this year. Yeah. Every year that touches me. Yeah. So yeah, that was the last time. Upset. Yeah. I won't say upset, missing them, I would say more. But yeah, that.
Yeah. Is it all right if, well, of course I'm not going to talk about it too much, but of course, like when Ricardo's partner passed away, can you remember like the conversation that we had?
Yeah, that was deep. I can't remember exactly what, because it was we were there for Ricardo, and you don't need to say that on thingy. But yeah, that was deep. But that's them sort of situations that our friend Ricardo was going through. You have to open your heart up as well, and let him know that he's not alone. You know, you have to, because he was in a dark place, and I felt it for him. I knew his partner. You know what I mean? So I felt it for him. So yeah, sat down, and we, it was us three before the rest of the guys came, and I just said a story that was my story, just to, and that was it, really.
Yeah. And like for me personally, and of course, like we've not spoken about this, and I've not even said this to you until now. I think that was the moment for me where, I not saw the human side of the, or the kind of softer side, but like I saw the compassion, because like the kind of compassion for others, because it was a very deep and thoughtful and very personal story, and it was just Ricardo, myself, and you, and it was literally, that was like, you just leave a certain situation feeling overwhelmed, emotional, but can also having that kind of almost confidence and freedom to actually talk open.
Well, he's a friend. He's a very good friend, Ricardo. So if you can't speak open and in his time of need, what sort of friend are you? That night was for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Night was for him.
And also as well, I just want to say that, of course, when Nana's mum passed away, it was myself, you, and some of the Catford guys as well, and you can also got very I'd say kind of emotional then as well, and I kind of saw that as, again, as a human being, and you kind of talk about Nana very, very, very highly, and just kind of like, and just seeing just you two talk and actually, as like human beings, and literally as friends, again, it's a sight that not a lot of people like see you in.
Well, this is Tabrice. I'm sort of old school. I don't let just anybody into my yard, and the people that come into my house, you're a friend, a close friend, because I don't let anybody into my yard. So Nana obviously has been, you, Ray, others, but Nana at that time, lost his mum, and I mean, it doesn't matter if he plays for somebody else, doesn't matter if he's on the other side of the world. We talk in the week, you know what I mean? We go out for dinner with four of us, my partner and his. We go out for dinner, you know what I mean? He's come to Amelia's birthday party at the house with his wife and his daughter. You know what I mean? Nana's a very, very good friend. So yeah, just wanted to say a little word in his ear, you know what I mean? Because I lost my mother as well, so I just want a little word in his ear, you know what I mean? Again, it was his parents' day. You know what I mean? Him and his siblings' day, So yeah, that was it. Nana's, good friends. Football was to finish tomorrow. Your friendship wouldn't finish.
So back to football. Why the name Black Klopp? Because
I support Liverpool. Black Klopp is a very successful manager. I'm a very successful grassroots manager. I hold my record. Well, in fact, I have to report that back. Actually, I put Ray's record and my record up against anybody's. I've just had a little lucky spice with the National Cup winner as part of the management team. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Lloydie and Ben. Peckham Town, that was Ben, who won it in Lilleshall. I was part of the management team, so I got a medal. So that's the little spice that I always throw in when some of the guys are stepping over the mark, trying to tell me that I'm Mike Phelan. I just add that to the mix. But that's the reason why name Black Klopp. I'm a man of colour, and I support Liverpool.
And do you sometimes almost kind of use the Black Klopp persona to literally amp up conversations on WhatsApp groups? Hey, I mean, yeah, is it? I just kind of want you to actually talk about.
No, I mean, look, Baz is a great guy.
I didn't say a name.
I'm saying it.
I didn't say a name.
He's a great guy, and I hope. Well, I'm sure he does know that the confrontations we have, it's all come from a part of my heart that spreads love. So, that is it. Jamal, on the other hand, that is fire. And the last one that we had, me and Nana attacked him like a pack of wolves. And there shouldn't be really any coming back from that, Jamal, because, what you were talking was pure nonsense. So, we'll put that to bed. But with Baz, love him. Owen, love him. Played his team and we lost. And look at that. Look how the circle has come round. That we're on the same show again. So all the guys on them, Barry, very good knowledge. Sometimes I ring not even about football. And he says his truth. Take what you want to take from that and use it. If you want to take all of it, you take all of it. If you want to take bits of it, you take bits of it. You never stop learning. So these people, nice, good people in the group.
But okay, which is fair enough. But like also as well, I've like got to say a few things and say, you know what? Don't you think sometimes? So
say it, man. Say it.
Sorry.
Say
okay. It. No. Okay. So, but don't you think sometimes if literally people don't know you as a person, saying things on a WhatsApp or literally saying like things in a message can actually come across again, especially when people don't know you.
Very true.
Do you think it's hard for like them to kind of judge the character if they don't know you? Because literally,
very true.
If I didn't know you and literally I saw all of the text messages, I'm like, what the hell?
But Baz knows me, so he's fine.
No,
Baz knows
okay,
me, he's fine.
But actually, can you kind of see how like people can also judge you because of what you say?
Fabrice,
in the message?
To be honest, the people I care about know me. Do I care about walking down the street and a man in his white van looking at me thinking something? Do I care about that? Have I got time to worry about that? Look, I'm using that as an example. You know what I mean? Have I got time to worry about me sitting in the traffic lights in my company car and someone looking over and thinking some sort of thoughts? Have I got time to worry about that? No, I don't have time to worry because the people that are close to me, my inner circle, know who I am. You know what I mean? The football team, the new players that have joined, they will get to know me. And they will talk to the others and, God, he's a bit. And they'll say, no, that's just how he is. He's cool, man. You know what I mean? So if you really, really, really think Black Klopp is me on a Monday morning, Monday through to Friday, then I have to say you're a damn idiot.
But then people wouldn't know. People don't know you. No, but but again, if people don't know you, then literally they would literally take whatever you've said in the message as face value, unless they have a conversation with you. And literally you're not open to have a conversation with everyone.
That's where you get the full truth. You can't get the truth from half a story. That's where you get the full truth. Most of them only go on a half, and they take that as the full. How can you be half a story and it be the truth? Kind of, you know what I mean? Come on, Fabrice.
Okay.
I say that to you all the time. It's got to be two parts. Even if you 2 parts and you say, all right, you're a fool. Okay, you've listened to 2 parts. How can you listen? How can you be the full truth if you only hear 1 part? It's so stupid.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you now, but again, it's because I know you. But you know, when I first came, like, you know, like we didn't know each other, and
No.
and of course, like when like you was going to, you know, when like you was going at me, I was like going at you, and it was kind of going back and forth,
Yeah,
and then
fine.
you know,
That's fine. That's fine.
So yeah,
what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
You've got your opinion. I've got mine. I say what I think. You counteract it and say, no, that's not why I was doing this, and that's cool. I don't expect you to sit there and take it. I've seen some comments on one of the groups that I was in with yours. And to be honest with you, you know, your badges and that's great and stuff like that. But to be right down and dirty, certain players in our group, in our team, are strong, and you've got to know which ones to bark at, because you'll get reaction, because they're going to want to show you. Oh, is that what you think of me? Oh, okay. And some others, you've got to put a shoulder around. I'm not going to say the names. You're going to put a shoulder around, and you're going to ring them on Monday. I'm not going to do it in the group. Some you can do it in the group because they've got broad shoulders, and some haven't. That's what me and Ray do. You know what I mean? So don't worry about your 15 seconds of videos that you put online. That's not the full story, isn't it? That's not the start, because you've just probably picked the middle bit where Ray's exploding or I'm exploding. You haven't picked the beginning or the end. You know what I mean? How when you lot are going back to the game, how Ray has gone over to one player or I've gone over to another player, and you know what I mean? So again, that's just media for you. You know what I mean? You've got to put out the spicy bits. I get that. You've got to put out the spicy bits, but that's not what we do. You think we shout 24/7 at players? That's stupid. I'm just silly. You know what I mean? Sometimes it needs to be done. That's the team we have. It can be done like that. Some teams it can't be. Then they do what they do. That's cool. I'm not telling you how to manage your players. You know what I mean? But these guys, these are lions. These guys that we've got, they're lions with broad shoulders. You know what I mean?
Okay. And going back to what you said a few minutes ago, you said you're not bothered about what people say in your company car.
Hold on, wait,
let me. Yeah, exactly. So, but literally, I'm actually very intrigued. Again, hey, like, in terms of what you do for a living, and do you kind of take a lot of what you say from the job that you do into football, in terms of how strict and stringent it actually can be? Because again, you are kind of working very confidentially with like a lot of high class clients.
No, because the team that we have, it would never work. Rules don't work with this team, man. So it could never work. You know what I mean? You know, time is the most precious thing to these sort of people, that, you know what I mean? And with our team, it's not that precious. You tell them to be at a ground at a certain time, they won't be there at a certain time. You have to bring it forward maybe half an hour, and they might be there on time. You know what I mean? But that's all part of grassroots, so that's fine. So no, I honestly can't bring anything from my work into football. Nothing.
Okay. So and thank you for to let everyone that's actually watching. And again, please feel free to actually put your questions in. I have a question from H2O, or I don't know if you can read it, but it says, "What do you think Independent FC need to change and do with the current players to get past the likes of Charcoal FC and other opposition?"
That's a great question,
It's a good question.
As you may not know, our story is a story of a group of guys who got together 6 seasons ago in the bottom division of this league, and for every season, therefore have won promotion. And the dream was to get to the first division. Had a few ups and downs, had a few arguments with the league. And before I say the end of it, I want to thank Bromley Vets. And if any of them are watching, and the manager, you'll know what I'm talking about. Without you, we probably wouldn't be in this situation so quickly. So I like to, and I did say on all those years ago, but I've never forgotten what you did for us. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because there's not many people that would have done that, what you guys did. So again, I just want to big up Bromley Vets for what they did. What we need to do. So we're in sort of like in a fledgling stage at the moment. Got to the promised land, as we say. And we're just trying to bed in, really. We've got some new players. I'm not going to say upgrade, because every single player that has played for Peckham Town, LSU, Independent, has made it possible for us to be where we are. So I'm not going to say upgrade. I'm just going to say it's just the way football is, where some people go and some people come. At the moment, what I saw on Saturday, I think we'll do all right. I think we'll do all right. I don't think we're going to win it, but I don't think we're going to be bummed out back into the second division. I think we'll win it. As they say in Premiership, you just need to stay in there and find your feet if you're coming up from the Championship, and then maybe push on the following season. I think that's the plan, really. Find your feet, because you only get to play these teams in the cup games and stuff. Find your feet and then push on again next season. So we're just here and enjoying it. You know what I mean? Because we know the journey that we had. So we're just enjoying it, man. So, yeah.
We've like, spoken about your, how you kind of communicate with like players. And yeah, I'll be absolutely honest with you. I mean, of course, like there's like clips that I can use, and when I kind of go like back at it, then I kind of look at probably the clips that I know that would probably evoke a certain reaction, and it's kind of mostly yours.
Of course.
So
let's not get it twisted. Ray says some outrageous things.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
Ray has said probably some of the worst things on the line that you probably haven't caught on. Ray is an assassin. That guy is an assassin.
No,
you know what I mean? So I'm probably more that you probably get more footage, but Ray's stuff probably wipes out all of mine in a game, because when he gets going, he says some things.
Yeah, I think Ray's cuts deep.
Yeah, man.
You're
deep.
literally deep. It can cut deep. You are almost like a machine
paper
gun.
cut.
You are spraying everyone.
No, paper cut.
No, you are. Let's be real. Come on, Paul. I mean, it's real. Like, let's not kind of hide from that. But hey, like it is what it is. So with your approach, are you aware that a lot of players do not respond well to your like type of approach? Yes, it's good to kind of talk to them. I don't know.
Independent.
Yeah.
What players don't respond well?
I don't know. I mean, there are like, going to be players that literally don't respond to your communication the same way like someone else.
Well, that's why we don't do it to everyone. Are you talking about me? I don't do it to, yes, they're in the huddle at half time or before the game, but when they're walking, or maybe even before the game on a Friday or a Thursday, or when I've rung them and said, you know what, this is blah, 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 you know, so they know. Or after a game, they've done it. There was an occasion with Oscar, was it 2 seasons ago? We were playing LSU, and berated him.
Yeah.
But what I berated him, he knew he was wrong, because he's a better player than that. He knew he was wrong. He took it on his shoulders. He didn't argue. He could have argued back, but he knew he was wrong. If he looked around, then, oh, shit, yeah. I've walked into that one. You know what I mean? So I don't do it for no reason. You know what I mean? And it's only our team. Because if you went to another team, you probably wouldn't be able to do it. As I said, these guys are strong-minded, single-minded, strong-minded. You know which ones. And if they don't like it, they'll ring you and tell you, or they'll blast you in the banter group. So, you know, over time, remember, we've been with these guys for 5 years. So I think you should know now which ones you can do it. In the huddle, you know, the message has to be plain and one. But then you take individuals when they're walking away and you do it. You know what I mean? New players, you have to get to know, unless they've come from with a friend who said, or ex-player says, yeah, this guy, but he's a little bit, and then you know you can't, you know. But sometimes you lose your head. Football, passionate. I'm not the only one that gets passionate.
Do you subconsciously test for new players with your conversations and literally how you speak to them?
No. It's only grassroots, man. It's not professional football. It's grassroots. No. You get to know what sort of players, and most of them come because they're friends of other people. So, no. Mm-mm. I knew from you that you were passionate because the first game, we was in the pub and you rang me and said, I don't like losing, you know. How was my performance? That was the first conversation we ever had. You know what I mean? After the game, and I was like, wow, this guy's passionate, man, because, boy, we're in the pub now. It's just, you know what I mean? We didn't play well. I think we lost. Didn't play well. That was Peckham Town. I was like, yeah, and you rang. You said, I don't like losing. How did I play? What was my positioning like? My fitness, blah, blah, blah. And that's how you've continued. You know what I mean? So you get to know people. Sometimes they open up a little bit, or sometimes you can see in the changing room, in the banter group, are they the ones that are firing off shots? Or are they the ones that just watch and don't get involved?
What can we do as a community to stimulate more conversations about Masters football, to actually get more players into the league and to possibly form their own teams?
I think what you're doing is amazing. What you're doing, what you're doing, putting the product out there, and they will come. Just put the product out there, and they will come. You know what I mean? Where else are you going to go when you finish? You finish football, you reach 35, and you don't want to play open age now. You know what I mean? You're not going to hang up your boots. The guys that really love football, you're not going to hang up your boots. Of course, you're going to go to vets football. You know what I mean? And your platform makes it a window for them to see, oh, yeah, next year, that's where I'm going to head, man. Maybe not Southern Vets, but wherever. There's loads of other leagues. Owen, in the middle of nowhere, his league. But there's loads of others. But your platform, people like you, open it up and showing the window. You don't have to hang up your boots when you reach 35. You don't have to be running after that 16-year-old when you're 35 on Clapham Common. Come and play vets. You might still have to run after a guy, Nino, Dash, but they are 35. They're not 16.
And again, like two points to that. I think like vets like football Masters football has changed now. So, you know, it's not the walking pace football. You know, you are now playing against.
I don't know where you get it. Was never walking football. It was never walking football. It never had the amount of semi-pros that we have now. It was never walking football. It was competitive. It was competitive in that day, in that era. It was competitive. I think you do it a disservice by saying that, because it was never walking football. Never. You had teams back in the day. You had good teams, and you had teams that are sat for a jolly. You still have that now. You still have that now.
Okay, that's fair. But of course, when I looked at it, I mean, I don't know what age I was when I even started to look at like vets, and yeah, to be fair, I I could have been watching a team in the without being disrespectful, in the kind of lower.
Were you in London then, or were you still up?
Yeah, no, I was in London, but I mean now you see a lot of players at 34, 35, 36 really looking after themselves, and who are still quick, probably even quicker, and literally have the footballing brain, because once you use that yard or two of pace, then your football brain now kind of comes into play.
Yeah, we had that back in the day. Fast players, players who were quick, good teams. We had that. I mean, so again, I think you do those players and those teams a disservice by saying that, because again, there were very good teams back in the day. There's good teams now.
And actually, who in your opinion will rank as, well, not the best Masters football team, but who are a few teams that you would just say, you know what, these are the teams that literally created this scene, and these teams will can always live on within the kind of Masters
for
football
me.
legacy.
For me, For me, one bells, obviously. Don't talk a lot, but just win. You know what I mean? Just win. I think we played on a pitch next to them my first time, and I think that I watched their game more than I watched ours, and I never do that. It was just that aura of like, shit, that's one bells. Wow, look at it. You know what I mean? That. Lloydie and Ben, Peckham, LSU. I have to say them, not just because they always have very, very good teams, and I've played football with Lloydie. I heard he was a very good player, and I played football when we used to do the cup games. When we were short, I used to play and could see it. Amazing, skillful, mind, quick, and he gave me the chance to have that national, so I can ram down people's throat when they try and say something. He gave me that. Him and Ben gave me that that chance. So forever grateful for that. But they always have very good teams that play football the way it should be played. Passionate, banter on the line as well. But we come from the same household, so our banter, some people probably wouldn't get. But you know what I mean? It's fine. We know each other. Our teams know each other. So that's one. Because I've only played in Southern Vets League. Yeah, I think to going forward, I can't say in 3 years' time. I can't say, but for now, for me, from this point, from what One Bells has done, hats off to them. You can't. I can't say anything else. But if you're winning so much fucking stuff, and there's good teams in the league when they're playing. So I mean, you can't be saying that they were playing Mickey Mouse teams. There's good teams in their league when they were playing, and they were winning so much stuff convincingly. You know, you've got to put them at the top of the tree. And for me, LSU, because the connection between the two clubs, LSU as well, Lloydie and Ben. Yeah, okay. That as well.
Coach Barry's come in just to say good evening to everyone. Oh yeah, and again, just to clarify everything, it's not Coach Barry that Paul was kind of getting at. It's another Barry, founder of the Ultimate Football Network.
Mr. Sky Sports.
Mr. Sky Sports. And something else that I literally want to talk about as well is that once you kind of get to the age of like 35, 36, 37, in terms of suicide in men, it's literally around that age, between 38, 39 up to 50, 55. it's like for whatever, well, not for whatever reason, because I think most people anyway probably go through this where it's like, well, what have I achieved in my journey? And they are either stuck or literally have lost friends or lost family, and it's really important to actually still be engaged in in team sports, and literally that's what vets or masters football does, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Just to get you out the house. Just to get you out the house for 2 hours, have a drink in the bar, have a laugh in the WhatsApp groups or have a laugh after the game. It's just that mental health. Life is pressure at the moment, man. Life is pressure. So, and some of us men, you don't want to show it. You know what I mean? So you keep it all inside. You don't even want to tell your brethren, what's going on. So yeah, football sometimes is a release. Sometimes, it's a release just to, and then reset. So yeah, all for it.
Mr. Cass has come in. Thank you, Ben, for watching. Warm Bells were one of the great sides. They won everything for about 5 years running, top league, League Cup and County Cup every year, and they are still the team to try and emulate.
Most definitely, Ben. Most definitely. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So regarding, and I think H2O asked you were like question about independent, but what is it that you would like to achieve with independent as a team and also personally? What is there anything that you want to still achieve?
We've done it. We've done it. We've reached the promised land. We've done it. Now it's to, as I said, to find your feet and to play decent football every week. No disrespect to some of the leagues, but we were blowing away teams, and I don't know if it was enjoyable for them. I don't know if it was enjoyable for us. Did we learn a lot? Probably not. But now, yeah, you've got to come with, as I say, with your P's and Q's every week. You know what I mean? So yeah, it'll be a good measure of the players that we've got and the players that are to come for us. But to achieve, we've achieved it. We've won every league that we've been in to get to the first division, and along the way we've won 2 cups. And I've got, again, just to rub it in the trolls' faces, I've got a National Vets Winners Medal, courtesy of Ben and Lloyd and Peckham Town. That's a great record. That's an Arsene Wenger record, or Alex Ferguson record. Try and beat that, boy. No leg up in no division. Started at the bottom, got to the top. It's amazing. It's a beautiful story. I might make it into a documentary one day. Beautiful. I don't know who will play you though, but beautiful. Beautiful.
Hey, actually, hold on. Hey, okay. So, what was the one performance from me when I used to play for Independent where you're like, okay, Tabriz, yeah, okay, decent, good.
Cup final. When you won man of the match, the first cup final win against what are they called?
VCD.
VCD, yeah. You played solid. They were a good side, boy. They were a good side, And yeah, you played really well. You deserved that. You deserved that. So yeah, that was. But you know what, Tabriz? As I said, sometimes you don't play to your strengths. You're a very, very, very good centre back, commanding. And I'll say this now. I don't want to get all wishy-washy. One of my greatest regrets is Nana is a different story. So I don't think that I'm disrespecting Nana by not talking about him. But one of my biggest regrets is not having you with Independent in the first division. And we've spoken about this over out of away from prying ears. But that is my biggest regret, because everything else I've achieved in grassroots football. For the trolls out there, everything I have achieved that I've wanted to achieve. Started at the bottom, got to the top, won 2 cups, got the National Vets Winners' Cup medal, won at Lilleshall, courtesy of Peckham Town, Lloydie and Ben. But my biggest regret is not having you with us when we got to the promised land. And we don't have to go about the backstory. That's for no one's ears. But that's my biggest regret in Vets football.
Ben has come in and said, big up Paul and Ray. LSU are proud to be to have been the start of your Vets journey.
Yeah.
And
without you guys, wouldn't be here. So I've always say that. Always. Of course, when we play, it's a different thing. But after, I'll buy you guys a drink. Brandy, of course, Ben. And of course, Lloydie. But, you know, until that, I always say you guys, because, you know, without you guys, wouldn't be this. Wouldn't be this character, because it is a character. With Black Klopp. Wouldn't be him.
And Coach Barry is coming and ask you a question, Paul. What does Paul find the most challenging thing during his journey with Independent FC?
The pressure that sometimes I put on their heads. The pressure. I find it challenging. I don't find it daunting. I find it challenging, because everybody wants to shoot you down, which is good, because they should. You should come out on a Saturday trying to beat the team that you're playing. So sometimes I find that challenging. But to be honest, most of the time the guys rises to the challenge, and I've got over the challenge. So that is one of the things. But yeah, I find that challenging. Trying to get sometimes your message across, because they're all very good players. And sometimes very good players looking at a player, manager, and say, you're not as good as me. He was never as good as me. Why are you saying that? Because that doesn't work. But the picture I see is different than what you see when you're in the heat of the battle. So let's go with the process, man. Believe in the process. That's what I always say to them. Believe in the process. It's not our first rodeo. And we'll get there together. As I said, believe in the process all those years ago. Believe in the process, and we'll get there. And last week was our first game in the first division. Done it the right way. League, division by division by division by division. Lovely feeling. It's a lovely feeling.
Do you think managing men who are, at a certain age and, unexperienced, it may become harder because, of course, everyone will have their own opinion.
Of course it is harder. Of course it's harder. Of course they've got their own. They should have their own opinion. They've been playing football long enough. I'm sure we've got some very good players in our team that have played very, very good high standards. So, of course, they challenge me and Ray every Saturday. Not only on Saturday, actually. They challenge us in the week. We've got one. I'm not going to say his name. He challenges me every Saturday. In fact, on Saturday, he did it again in the changing room. I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is. He did it again. But I know the place he's coming from. Because his standard is high. He wants to drag everybody up it's not everybody can get to his standard. He wants to drag everybody up. But they'll get there. I believe in them, man. So they'll get there. And I know Ray does, so they'll get there. I can't hear you.
Any final thoughts? Any kind of statements that you want to put? Final
thoughts. I wish Santos all the best, because again, we're brothers in arms. In both our journeys in the first division, trying to negotiate the first division. Nana, my brother from another mother, love you like I love jerk pork. Tabrice, again, wish you was, but we talk. So that isn't so proud of you. I remember when we first started, around the table, just killing Jamal, because every week Jamal was the prey, and we were just killing him. And looking at how the show has evolved now, you've done a great job, and look how much people follow you and stuff. keep on doing what you're doing. But as I said, sometimes don't sit on the fence. Don't sit on the fence sometimes. But we spoke about this. Through my independent guys, as I said, enjoy it. Not too much because we want to win games, but enjoy being there. It's a learning process. We have a long time in this league. So you learn, you adapt, you move on, you win. You learn, you adapt, you move on, you win. To Ben and Lloydie, I look forward to playing you because we've only played each other in a cup game. So I look forward to the 2 games. Of course, Ben and Lloydie, I'll buy drinks one game. You'll have to buy me a drink the next. That's just standard. That's just standard. So make sure you come with money. I know Ben's rich. So I know Lloydie works hard. So I know you'll have money in your pocket. And to everybody else, just enjoy your football. What I will say, if you come up against a team and their history is bantering, because there's nothing wrong with bantering. As Nana said, he loves it. And you know that you're not that good at it, then don't take them on. Don't take them on. And if you do take them on, tell the whole story. Because the whole story is the truth, not half the story. Can't be the truth, half the story. Just tell the whole story and move on. Because it's only grassroots football. It's only Saturdays. As I say, no one knows you on Monday in the bus stop. Bus driver ain't gonna, as he's pulling off from the bus stop, he sees you running, he ain't gonna stop. Oh shit, he plays for. No, he ain't gonna do that. You're just a normal bod at the bus stop. You know what I mean, so that's all I would say. Tell the whole story and move on. But enjoy your football, because we do. Everyone enjoys it in different ways. We enjoy it by having a little bit of banter, if you want to, having a bit of a laugh, because we just like a jovial team, club. Tabrice knows. Sometimes there's like 600 messages in a group before 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? Just love it. That's what it should be. It's enjoyment. It's not your job. It's not that important. It's not like your family or your woman or your child. It's just football to enjoy. Get you out the house so you don't have to sit and queue up at B&Q or IKEA on a Saturday. Get you out the house, play a bit of football, have a drink, go on to your missus and your family. So just enjoy it, because we do.
And Chris, the wizard who literally plays for LSU, said Lloydie and Ben are great people and a joy to be involved with LSU.
Oh, he's with LSU now. I've heard about this guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
And listen, I mean, the wizard, he's and I am actually gonna get Chris on. I will actually call him like I'd say like the kind of Masters Iniesta. He's very, very, very tidy.
Well, he's with a very, very good team now. Then he's with a very. I don't know where he left from, but he's with a very, very good team now. So yeah.
Well, I mean, see, the Wizard is like still playing for the Wall, who are
who are
now in the Sunday Football League,
the Super League, isn't it?
Yeah, call it Super League. So like he's still playing, and yeah, honestly, absolutely amazing. And I will be getting Chris on to actually talk about his like journey and yeah, absolutely quality. But and again, Division 2 for you, first, second, and third. That's all I want.
Okay. First, Kawua. Second, Cray Wanderers, Hollington. Third.
Paul, thank you so much for coming on. And again, I just want to say Paul has been part of the Sunday show for years, absolute years, and he's kind of always in the group, giving everyone suggestions. He calls me and literally berates me about certain things in terms of Tabrice, you've got to be doing this better, X, Y, and Z.
Sit on the fence.
You keep saying sitting on the fence. Anyway, I don't think I sit on the fence. But hey, you know what? We're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna agree to disagree. But you've been a mainstay.
No, it's been a pleasure. I've loved every minute of it. It's been great.
And like we'll be kind of doing like a lot more as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Whenever you come here, man.
Paul, honestly, thank you.
No problem. No problem. Thanks
so
for
much coming on.
doing this. It's
And
great.
yeah, I kind of literally wish Independent all kind of health and success for like the season.
Thank you. I wish you and Nana all the best in your endeavors in the 2nd division.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you. So that is Paul, coach at Independent, coming on. And yeah, again, it's I think it's kind of one of these things now where Masters football is like growing, and we need as many people that literally have stories that are like in the game. And Paul is absolutely right when I actually think about it. There are probably players way before myself and like Paul. I mean, probably even Coach Barry, Lloydie, Ben, and there's probably some other people out there that probably know players back in the day and teams back in the day that were just winning things. So I would actually love to kind of get those people onto this platform. And again, big shout out to the Southern Vets Football League, one of the biggest vets football leagues in London, with over 7 divisions, I believe. And yeah, hey, you know what? Division 1, Division 2 is going to be real interesting. And literally, of course, all of like the results from like yesterday, we'll be talking about tomorrow, probably around 9, half 9, on Instagram Live on like Shugs's Instagram channel. Ben Cass has come in and said Livingston Vets were amazing. Hey, you know what? Listen, I am still being educated, not only regarding vets all across London, but even teams in Div 1, Div 2, Div 3. So yeah, I can literally imagine that there's like many teams, 3-time national winners. Hey, you know what? Again, I am still learning. So any information that like people can pass on to me, please just DM the Amateur Football channel, and I will get like back to you. But yeah, honestly, it's with this kind of platform, and without kind of waffling, of course, when I kind of started this platform, originally it was just to show my kids and probably just to document my own journey. If you kind of look on the YouTube channel, you will see like the strap line documenting my football journey, but it's completely changed now, to what it is now. Focusing on like Masters football, focusing on really open and deep conversations. And I just want not only people to actually realize that everyone does have a competitive side, over 35, over 40, over 50, over 60, but also as well, we can be respectful with the banter. We can be respectful with the kind of with the competitiveness. And again, just to highlight that men over a certain age, we don't have to hide. We don't have to hide anymore. I'm in a household, of like women. And of course, when I'm at work, it's slightly different, but I think the only time I can actually go and be active is if I'm at the gym, at training, or actually at a football match. And, I didn't actually realize until I got to a certain age that football was like literally just part of my DNA. And you realize if I didn't have that, I would be living a very lonely and stressful life. So those 90 minutes or that whole day out on a Saturday, and yeah, like it is a whole day, but just getting out of the house for the whole day makes me come home and literally appreciate everything that I have. Also strive to do more, and like this like platform can also given me a bit of a lease of life as well. Because again, out of pure transparency, there was a time in my 20s where I just fell out of love with like football. It just wasn't me. I was stressed, money issues. I didn't really know where I was going. And I thought I had all of the time in the world, as you do as a kind of young man, and you kind of put up a facade, and then you realize, look, like I've got to change. I've got to change my mindset. I've got to, I got to fix my character. I'm not perfect. I literally fall off the horse probably every single day. It's but literally now what I'm doing, literally I'm trying to learn from my experiences. Literally I try and put myself in like other like people's shoes to actually say, oh well, I wonder how like they would react with like certain things. And of course within like football, it's that split second, we are literally on the pitch and literally we want to win every ball. We want to do this, and literally that's why I'm probably one of. I'm not gonna say I'm, because I think everyone is hard on themselves, but I know how my character is. I'm very hard on myself. I'm very literally, I'm a Liverpool fan, and if Liverpool lose or draw like we did against Everton, yes, it would affect me for a couple of hours. But if I have a really poor game, if I've made a mistake that led to a goal, if I was out of joint or whatever, that will affect me a lot longer, a couple of days, possibly even to the next training session or like next match. So literally, that's how much football means to me. And now finding vets football, and literally finding people that literally think the same way as me and literally love the game and literally want to compete and actually challenge for like trophies. And again, that's from Peckham to LSU to Independent to Catford, Wanderers. It's that togetherness. It's that fighting spirit. It's that, when we're kind of on the pitch, we're going to do everything that we possibly can to literally get the win. And sometimes you just have to admit that the opposition was just better than you. But if you can leave everything on the pitch, and again, like maybe it's my northern roots where like I'm like may not be as talented as you, but I'm gonna work damn hard, and literally you're gonna know that you're in a game. If like you can give that as a especially as a masters player, especially 35 plus, that should be the basic, literally that'll actually be the basic foundation discipline for you to be within a league at Div 1 and Div 2 is just to work hard. Then you know what, we will always get along. We will always get along. But no, guys, honestly, thank you so much. And again, I just want to thank Paul. I want to thank Nana. I want to thank Ainsley. I want to Cass, Lloydie. Oh crap, I'm doing names now, so I've got to name crazy amounts of people. Yinks, James, Coach Barry, Owen, the Wizard. There's like so many people. There's like so like Ray. There's literally so like many people that have literally kind of got me to this like point. And again, literally I need everyone's help, everyone's support. So that's from all of the teams from Division 1, and that's all of the teams in Division 2. Send me your videos, send me your pictures. I'll post them on my stories. I'll post them on my stories. I'll literally insert them into like the videos as well. So So yeah, honestly, man, and yeah, you know what? I'm gonna kind of, I will continue to champion Masters football. I will continue to like champion people who are doing great things, not only in Masters football, but also in football and in life, in genuine in genuine general. What else do I have to say? Yes. Oh, sorry. Okay. Owen. Nice to meet you. Honestly, thank you, thank you so much, and the wizard. Honestly, guys, I without you guys, there's literally no show. So honestly, thank you guys. Any kind of comments and suggestions, I'm always open. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to like grow like the platform for like you guys. Just to let you guys know again, the like results show will be tomorrow, probably around 9:30 in the evening. It's going to be on Shugs's IG live platform. I'm gonna get everything set up now. But again, thank you so much to like everyone that's kind of supported me thus far. And yeah, I'm gonna kind of carry on growing. But guys, have an amazing week. Anyone that's playing next week Saturday, only kind of manners and respect, and I want everyone to literally walk off the pitch healthy and happy. That's the main thing. Again, also compete for all those 3 points. Just to let you know again, next week Sunday it's going to be a pre-recorded show. I'm not too sure exactly what the show is going to be about, but again, watch out for my stories. Just to let you guys know as well, I'll be doing a bit of a review about the Sunday Football League. It's not called a Super League, but it's called the Sunday Football League, and literally that's where the Wall of Entertainment, Lambeth All Stars, SE Dons, Hatcham, Grand, they've all kind of come together to actually create their own league. And the amateur football platform is actually a media partner in the league. So very exciting times. Honestly, like the league is amazing, and honestly, like the concept is just amazing, and I'm kind of very excited to actually share what I know and my opinions about the league with you guys next week. Have an amazing Sunday evening, and again, thank you to like Paul for like coming on. Yeah, guys, just kind of have like a blessed evening, and we'll be speaking very, very